Logan Webb, Framber Valdez. What do these two pitchers have in common, besides the fact that both of them are sinker ballers? Well, believe it or not, since 2022, these are the only two guys to throw at least 750 innings with an ERA south of 3.5. That's right, over this time span, no one else has managed to accomplish both of these things. And of the two, Framber on a rate basis has arguably been better, with superior totals to Webb in ERA, ERA+, WHIP, hits per 9, and strikeouts per 9. I don't think it's a stretch to say that, as of the All-Star break last season, Valdez was ramping up to make well over $200 million as one of the top starting pitchers on the entire free agent market. But in one fell swoop, he tainted it all, and it might be what's kept him from signing with another squad on a long-term deal. Leading up to the event we're going to detail, things had been pretty par for the course of the lefty on the year. He had a 3.18 ERA, a FIP slightly lower than that, and excellent advanced stats. What's more, he was coming off of one of his best starts of the year, a 7-inning, 0-run effort with only 5 base runners given up versus Colorado. But from early on in his appearance versus the Yankees, something seemed off, with him giving up 3 hits to his first 7 batters faced, including a long home run to Jazz Chisholm. Over the next few frames, he would work out of a couple jams before, in the top of the 5th, everything started to fall apart at the seams, when he allowed the bases to get loaded with 2 outs. This brought clutch god Trent Grisham to the plate. It was then on a 1-0. His catcher, Cesar Salazar, attempted to get his hurler to step off, something Valdez refused to do, instead delivering a sinker that ended up right down the middle of the plate, where it was launched out to left for a game-breaking grand slam. This obviously frustrated the veteran, and he did not handle this frustration well, deciding to, just one pitch later, cross up his catcher intentionally on a mid-90s sinker. And in case you were to doubt whether or not this was on purpose, check out his reaction immediately following, and then a couple baseball lifers evaluating the situation. It was clearly intentional, even if he continually claimed it wasn't post-game. This seemingly changed how a lot of people viewed him, as while he has been known as a little bit of a diva in years past, he hadn't done anything that was outright malicious. And what really didn't help his impending free agent case as well was the fact that he closed out his season with 14 earned runs in just 22 2/3 innings, along with 11 walks. Since then, it's been relatively quiet in terms of rumors surrounding him, potentially prompting him to give out a PowerPoint presentation to organizations on what a good teammate he is. It seems like he's now more than likely going to have to settle for a short-term deal where he can prove, more than anything, that he can be a productive presence in the clubhouse. And in case you're wondering if this actually has tangibly affected his market outside of external factors, consider the deal that Ranger Suarez signed just a couple weeks back, a 5-year, $130 million contract, despite the fact that Suarez had never managed to throw over 158 innings in a season, a number that Framber has surpassed in each of the last 4 years, while operating in the same mold with better stuff and rate stats to boot. In a normal circumstance, I think the bidding for his services would have started at a minimum of $30 to $50 million more than Ranger. But it really does seem like that incident, which was so prominent in the national discourse last year, has come back to bite him in the ass, and it remains anyone's guess how much it'll end up costing him in the short term. I think, conservatively, we can say at least tens of millions to potentially over $100 million. Alright everybody, if you made it this far, I appreciate you watching, and if you did, consider checking out any of these other videos on your screen right now for other content just like this. Also, if you ever see anything you'd like to see me detail in the video, feel free to reach out to my email, basebpoet@gmail.com, and if I end up using your idea, I'll give you a shout out. Thanks for watching, have a great rest of your day.